Yo, VC, what's up? It's your boy Jacob coming to you from the Dallas Open Micer YouTube channel with another fresh episode of Record Talk, Vinyl Talk, so to speak. Before we get to the without further ado part of our video where I show you the records, or even before we get to the part of the video where I sip my coffee, take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notifications icon so that you can be interrupted at any moment of the day or night and drop whatever you're doing to watch one of my videos. And then make sure you smash that like button. If you do all of that stuff, it'll really help out my channel, and I would really appreciate if you do that. You're also welcome to comment below, and I could even write back to you, and that would be great. That'll all help me out in the algorithm, and it'll boost my clout. Now I'm going to sip my coffee. So if you're someone that's watched my channel before, you might be wondering what's going on. If you're a clever person who's watched my channel before, you've probably figured out that what I've done is I've sampled some of the phrases and behaviors that I've observed on other YouTube channels in the vinyl community. And why would I sample those things when I sample those comments? It takes me farther away from my authentic self that I've cultivated throughout a handful of decades now. And the reason why I've done that is I'm taking part in the Vinyl Scavengers contest, and one of the prompts that he wants us to talk about is sampling in music. So I thought I would take some playful license and do some sampling from the vinyl community. Now, without further ado, if you haven't heard about the Vinyl Scavengers contest, I put a link to the description. I put a link in the description below, and if it's not May 31st yet, you can still participate. If it's after May 31st, 2022, well, why don't you watch the video and enjoy the responses on all the other channels? All you got to do is a little bit of keyword searching. All right, without further ado, let's talk about some song sampling. We're going to have a theme for this one. The theme for today's video is this guy, Bob Dylan. See, Bob Dylan was known to do a little bit of sampling. Some people have called him a plagiarist and a thief. But if you call Bob Dylan a plagiarist or a thief, he's got some strong language he'll use in return. So this is an album from Bob's folky time period. This is a 70s mono release, or mono repress, and it's on the turntable right now. It sounds quite nice. And during Bob's folky period, it was considered much more acceptable to swipe songs or melodies and reshape them. It was part of the folk tradition. And in the case of folk songs, people were long since dead. Copyrights had expired or were non-existent. And so one of the songs that Bob did this, tune swiping with at the end of the track was the Restless Farewell. Very pleasing tune. And if you know that number, you might be familiar with The Parting Glass. And here's some Greenwich Village contemporaries of the young Bob Dylan, the Clancy brothers and Tommy Makem. And one of the songs they recorded here for this Tradition label album was The Parting Glass, same tune as Bob Dylan's The Restless Farewell. Wikipedia says that The Parting Glass is a Scottish folk song, but over here on this record it says these songs are Irish drinking songs, or Irish songs of drinking and blackguarding. It's a fun description there. All right, moving along. Now, Martin didn't just say that we could talk about songs that were stolen. They could be songs that were repurposed for advertisements. And here we have this one, another Bob Dylan controversy. The song "Lovesick" from Bob Dylan's "Time Out of Mind" album, the Grammy winner from '97. Bob sold out and allowed this song to be used in a Victoria's Secret's commercial. Caused a bit of an uproar among his fans. Could have been the biggest uproar since he went gospel in the late '70s. And there's the anniversary edition of "Time Out of Mind." They threw that 45 in with that collection. Moving along at Bob Dylan's Modern Times. And what do I have in here? What a beautiful gatefold. There's the band in the studio. Bob's wearing a cowboy hat on the back. Looks like I might have printed something out from eBay. Not from eBay. Oh my! Should fortify myself with some coffee. I got the little brain fog acting up. So I printed this out. The Henry Timrod connection. See, turns out Bob had been reading some old Southern poetry, described as Confederate poetry on the internet. And one of my favorite songs from Modern Times, "When the Deal Goes Down," that funny music video with Scarlett Johansson in it, made it look like it was an old home movies. And anyway, Bob lifted some of his lyrics from this old Southern poet. So here's Bob's line: "More frailer than the flowers, these precious hours." Let's see what Henry Timrod might have written. He wrote, "A round of precious hours, and strove with logic frailer than the flowers." Here's another Bob Dylan line: "In the still of the night, in the world's ancient light, where wisdom grows up in strife." And then Henry Timrod wrote, "There is a wisdom that grows up in strife. Well, the moon gives light, and it shines by night, when I scarcely feel the glow. Still stealing on the pace so slow, yourself will scarcely feel the glow." Oh my goodness. "Things I never meant nor wished to say, things which you neither meant nor wished to say," and the list goes on. I just printed page 1 of this, and then it goes on to Beyond the Horizon, and there were 3 pages of this I could have printed out. But anyway, there you have it. Bob borrowed some lyrics, and I do think that this is quite a different case than a folk tune that the origins of a song or the lyrics may have been lost to time, because we can directly connect these lyrics to someone who was once a living, breathing man, and as such, I think Bob should have given some credit where credit was due. Maybe given a shout out to Henry Timrod, and given the guy some recognition. At least see that his grave is kept clean. All right, what do we have next? Oh, this is the nice packaging that came with the Modern Times sleeves. The nice car, some photos, and they do it again here, but let's move on and try to be speedy. Oh, we got some CDs. I'm not sure where the compact disc for this one. I've got the these luxury deluxe features that came with Together Through Life. And oh, if you're a big Billy Joe Shaver fan like I am, you know this is the album where Billy Joe Shaver gets the shout out. I feel a change coming on. Where Bob sings, "I've been listening to Billy Joe Shaver and reading James Joyce." Now, could there have been some theft involved with the work of Billy Joe Shaver at some point? Oh, possibly there was. See, back in the 80s, I believe it was during the Hearts of Fire sessions, Bob Dylan made a recording of Billy Joe Shaver's Old Five and Dimers, and according to Billy Joe Shaver, Bob kind of shrugged that one off. The lack of credit he gave to Billy Joe Shaver at the time by saying it was just I thought it was a folk song. I thought Old Five and Dimers was like some kind of traditional piece of Americana that didn't get any credit or was uncredited. Anyway, it's out there on YouTube if you want to give it a listen. It's not really one that lends itself to Bob's vocals. Moving along here, I have left this one in the Shrink Tempest, and there was a beautiful track on here that had some very nice 60s style guitar work. Look at all that glorious glare. And he thought, my goodness, it's amazing how the Bob Dylan band, recaptured this, early sound of rock and roll on the song Soon After Midnight. Well, it turns out Bob swiped the tune, the melody, the music from the Bobby Fuller 4. Bobby Fuller did that hit cover of I Fought the Law on the Law 1 song. And this song that Bob swiped was A New Shade of Blue. Anyway, that went uncredited, much to Bob's shame. Again, this is someone that was a contemporary of Bob Dylan. And Bobby Fuller died a horrific death. And if you read his Wikipedia article, there is some speculation that he was murdered. Let's move along. Oh, I do have the records from Tempest. It was a double album. Nice sleeve artwork there for the record jack or the record sleeves. I will move along to a more recent release, Bob's most recent studio album, the Rough and Rowdy Ways, also in the Shrink. There's John Kennedy on the back, Murder Most Foul. And hey, got good news for you here. That Rough and Rowdy Ways title, it was a gentle steal. This little collection from Jimmy Rogers, and it's nice that Bob's paid a little tribute there. Nice. I don't believe that's supposed to be Jimmy Rogers. If that was the case, it's a terrible portrait. But if it's just something you see as some faceless railroad worker who happens to play the guitar, well, there you go. That's quite nice. I do like that cover. This was in the Shrink, but I have removed it. It's a nice early RCA mono. Happy to pick that up. I previously had that in enhanced stereo. Oh, we're moving near the end of the collection here. Of course, the Rough and Rowdy Ways was not without a little bit of controversy there. The false prophet number, Bob did get a plagiarism allegation with that as well. As he also has had recently with his paintings not being original subjects. But there you have it. This came out during the pandemic, and here we have this wealthy skeleton dealing out death with a syringe, and there's some faceless common man in the back, dead. Is this the murderer with the syringe? Why would you have the syringe? Why would the syringe be necessary when this man is being hanged? I don't quite know what's going on there. And is that a Christmas package or a birthday present? But a bit of a strange and insensitive visual there. Remember when Bob Dylan's Love and Theft came out on September 11, 2021. I did go out and pick it up, but I couldn't get through the listening. Anyway, let's see if I remember to take anything down from the shelf for the show and tell. I got the record shelf up there and got some stuff on it, and look, there's a piece of stuff. The Bob Dylan Complete Discography. Now this is from 2006, so it leaves off some of his recent goodies, like that Tempest album has that great song "Pay in Blood" on there. I do like that one quite a bit. Let's open this up and see what we can find out about the music of Bob Dylan. Now here's some information about Blind Willie McTell. That was an outtake. Bob had recorded that with Mark Knopfler, May 5th, 1983. And let's see what it says. Oh, it's got some, you can find out that Blind Willie McTell was born in Georgia in 1901. It says, Dylan sings with some of the sweetness of the man he is commemorating. His Christ, almost. It was interesting, as this was the end of the gospel period for Bob. They chose that word very intentionally. So the Blind Willie McTell song did not make it on the Infidels album. It made it on that bootleg collection there. Let's see if I can find out something else in the Bob Dylan. Oh my goodness. We're going Masked and Anonymous. This was, I didn't know there was a limited edition 2 CD set. I've got the single set version. CD number 2 has a reissue series sampler with a limited edition disc containing 7 previously issued tracks. Oh, that's not a big loss then. That features CD upgrades and play in any. They have Super Audio CD formatted tracks that feature CD upgrades, but it says it'll play in any CD player. Well, there you have it. Something I learned right there with you because I had this book. And if I ever want to learn new things about Bob Dylan without having to go to the old Wikipedia or see if he's survived the latest scandal that's popped up in the news. This is a safe place to go. It'll be going back up on the shelf. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I was going to add one more thing to this video. So Martin also asked, well, what suggestions might we have? Martin's the vinyl scavenger for other samplings, things that might need to be sampled. The answer is I don't know. I'm a ruminator, and I'd have to think on that one a little. You know what? I did think of something. It's going to be a little bit of an embarrassing overshare here. So sometimes I get a little nostalgic for simpler times, and I'll watch movies that I know are not very good if it's something from the past. And there was a movie that came up for free on YouTube that I had never seen before. It was the Bruce Willis big budget flop, Hudson Hawk, and I watched it. It was ridiculous and silly, and over the top, self-indulgent, cringy at times. And if you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it. But Bruce Willis plays a cat burglar. He's the greatest burglar in the world, and while he burgles, he likes to sing old songs, and he's got this kind of autistic thing going where he knows the running time of all these songs. I think it helps him in his burgling. So if he knows a song is 3 minutes and 7 seconds, then he can sing that song while he's out burglaring and burgling. He's out robbing somebody, and that way he'll know that hey, I've made it in and out of this mission of theft before whoever has time to respond can catch me. And so he does sing "Swinging on a Star" in this movie. And in the end credits, they play the Bing Crosby number "Swinging on a Star" from Going My Way. And I'm just watching on the TV. I don't have a special sound bar or anything like that. But the vocals, and I've got the 78 RPM records and the issues on CD and LP, but the vocals come through nice and clear, but the instruments in the back, they do sound tinny, and they don't have a lot of distinction, and that is a problem on a lot of 78 RPM era recordings. The instruments kind of muddy together, and I thought, well, here's something that could be sampled and done. What if you kept the vocal track from Bing Crosby, but you re-recorded the music in the back, not something cheesy or modern, but you went strictly for a transcription. You get a transcription of whatever the early band had played, and you just re-record that. Not a lot of money in this project, I know, but that would be nice to hear. Bing Crosby's vocals on top of a better sounding music track, and that would be my closest thing I'll give you for a sample. I think I got one more video left in me for this contest. We'll talk about black and white album covers, and how they could tie into the metaphor of the darkness and light, good and evil, and that could be a lot of fun. Anyway, hey, this is a short video for me. It's going to be under 24 minutes here. I'll see you around, folks. Or if you're like the folks that keep unsubscribing from me, hey, good riddance. Hope things work out well for you in life. I won't hold it against you that I'm not your cup of tea or your flavor of coffee. It's probably best that we part, but hey, if you ever want to come back and hate watch me or cringe view me, you're welcome to do that. Wish you all the best, folks.